One of my favorite lessons, the stress interview. I suppose when you looked at the title of this lesson, you're like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't have a stress interview. What's that all about? Because interviews are stressful by nature, right? And they are. The people who prepare and take courses like this, the whole idea is to help reduce that stress for you. But there's actually interviews and interview strategy where the interviewer wants to add stress to the interview. They want to put you under pressure. They want to put you under stress. They see how you handle that. Stress interviews have really gone out of fashion. They're not really used anymore because remember, think about it as far as the two-way street of interviewer and interviewee. You want to get great candidates and eventually you want to give job interviews. And if you have a bunch of stress interviews, people are going to be turned off by that and not want to come work for your company. So they're not used as much, but sometimes they're used in situations where it might be a real stressful job. Maybe you're a police person or somebody involved with fire or rescue or some type of emergency services. They want to see how you work under stress. Or maybe you're a manager in a high-level position and they want to see how you handle stress. And how you handle stress and in these type of interviews is you're the calm person. You're the thoughtful person. Sometimes your interviewer can act a little crazy or just be mean. And it's like, that's okay. They're kind of putting on an act. They don't really hate you. It's not personal. It's part of an actual technique, the stress interview. You're calm, you're thoughtful, and you're giving your great thoughtful answers, and you're calm under fire. It's not personal. It's a technique. I'll give you some examples, some questions you get asked. And I've had some stress interviews that are kind of wacky at times, I guess. But I've had one of the stress interviews I had with a person. The very first question, person was holding up my resume or CV if you're in Europe or other places. People's looking at my paperwork, and the guy's looking at it, and he says, boy, Steve, looking at this, I don't see why I'm even interviewing you. This is a complete waste of my time. It's obvious you don't have the experience to fit this job. I don't even know if half the stuff on this resume is even true, but even if it is, you don't have the experience to do this job. But why am I interviewing you? Tell me. That's a question. Answer me. Why should I even interview you? This is wasting my time. Why am I interviewing you? That was the question. Said that way. Kind of tersely, too. And it was all part of the game, part of the stress interview. And then I calmly responded and really promoted myself why this was good to interview me. Or somebody might look at your application and say, I don't even believe what you're saying on here is true. I think you're lying about this. They'll actually say stuff like that or other types of things. Or they'll probe, kind of a negative manner. Maybe you give an answer instead of saying, oh, that's interesting. Could you tell me a little bit more about how you do that? They'll actually be more negative and say, well, I understand your answer, but I don't think you're giving me enough information. Why are you holding back on me? Tell me more, right? It's weird, but it's a technique. And once again, the whole idea is to see how you handle stress and will you crack under the pressure. Think about candidates who are great candidates, maybe great candidates on paper who have a lot of experience, a lot of skills, who lose it in these stress interviews. And if you're the calm and collected one, the thoughtful one, the person who's professional all the way through, you're going to go by and you're going to pass this interview and move forward, and you're going to be very, very successful. But at the end, with the stress interviews, understand that they're out there. You might run into them, particularly if you're being hired for a high-stress position, but it is very rare. So I just want to mention, I don't want you to be worried about this. Do not think about this. Do not think about staying up at night thinking about, oh my gosh, am I going to have a stress interview tomorrow? You'll know if you're in one. It'll be really apparent right at the beginning. You won't. It's very, very rare, but I want you to be prepared in case you do run into one because it's actually going to be to your advantage because you saw this lesson and you know I'm the calm one. I'm the professional.